There,
Oh
that's
my
much
God.
better. Sorry. Hey, Sean.
Hi, Maria.
How are
It's been a
you?
weekend.
I know we're doing this via Zoom today. Actually, it's kind of nice, right?
It is
We,
kind of nice.
yeah,
I love seeing you in person, but it's kind of nice that I'm kind of in my comfy clothes.
yeah. Well, me too. I guess, it's kind of nice without having to do all this setup, and then we can just go on Zoom and hopefully the quality is just as good. Anyway, you and I have been having like, I don't know, one of those weeks
Moments, weekends, weeks. Yes.
weeks because it's been stressful. I don't know if it's that time of year. It's not even the holidays yet, but
I feel like we're taking turns. I was last weekend.
and
I
I'm
feel like
this
you're
week
kind of going through it this weekend.
and I'm this weekend where it's like, I don't know, it's like uh sometimes you get so drained and just emotional drained. You're like the mom and you're expected to be the one to hold it together. And then sometimes you're just tired of talking.
Just exhausted.
You're emotionally drained. So I guess our topic for today, and I'm sure a lot of women can relate, is how to communicate when you're tired of talking, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
And I think for everyone, it's different situations with different people.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Let me make sure that our volume is up. Okay. Yeah. So I guess when we were talking about it, you know, we we struggle. I mean, and I think not just women, but I know men, I think especially men, they have communication problems.
Yeah, I don't necessarily know if they're tired of talking. They just don't know how
How
to.
to.
Yes.
Yeah. But we're the emotional ones. We take everything in, and then
And hold
sometimes you're
on
just
to
tired. I think that's what I've been feeling. I'm just tired.
it.
It's like you hold so much info in your head, all the information and this and that. Like you know your kids' appointments, doctors, everything, and you're like this walking Google Calendar and everything else. You're the personal assistant, you're the cook, you're the driver, you're everything else. And sometimes you just don't want to talk anymore. Um, like that feeling when you've explained yourself 100 times and then you say, "Oh, I'm fine," but then you're really not, and then and
Exactly.
then and then you just don't have the words anymore. Yeah. So so I guess we're gonna gear this episode. Well, I'm sure a lot of people can relate, but especially for those women who love deeply and care constantly, but they feel like they've run out of language to express it, right? So so basically what if that's us and like you take deep breaths and then and you just let it all out however you want to let it all out, right? So like what we're
And
talking about.
even sometimes, if that's not enough, it's okay to not be okay and to just want to have a moment just to be alone.
Yeah. And I think that's one of the things you know, that we have talked about. Because, we have physical workloads and it's the emotional one. And then you handle, well, you try to handle everybody else in your household, their moods, their needs and expectations. So we're the one who's always checking in. We're the one who's trying to soothe, explain, and make sure everyone understands. But then does anybody understand you? Does anybody ask
Ask
you
you. Yeah.
or checks on you? And because you're checking on everybody else, but who checks on you?
But
When
I
you,
even think like if people do like check in, it's like, are they being sincere or are they just saying it for words? Like, oh, how are you? But they're not like really like, how are you?
yeah, I don't know. I was just really having one of those weeks where I was just like, I don't know. I even went to the past, like, gosh, I missed it when I was in my 20s, where I didn't have to worry so much. My stresses were different, and I'm like, am I just feeling like I'm getting old or what? But I just think it's just, I think they're
I
great.
don't I don't know
Yes,
if
that's
it's
great.
necessarily the feel of getting older. At least like for me, I just think that we care more because we're older. I mean, when I was
Yeah.
in my 20s, I was like, that's all about me and
Hmm.
I don't really care. and I didn't really feel like I had the weight on my shoulders. And now
Yeah.
that I'm older, like I can feel the weight right now. It's heavy.
Well, yeah. And then you know how they said, and they call it that invisible emotional labor, that it leaves you completely drained. Because you reach a point where you just don't want to have another deep conversation, and you don't want to have to explain yourself why you're upset, and you just want peace, and you want to be understood, but since somehow nobody can understand you and they think you're crazy. Well, my family thinks I'm crazy.
That's because your mom.
It's like the emotional fatigue is real. I mean, it is. It's emotional
It
fatigue. So,
is. It definitely is.
so, um, so I
You need
guess when,
exercises for that.
yeah. Well, I know that you do your meditation and you pray. I pray, and
I
then
pray.
you do the rosary. I do the rosary.
Yeah.
Um,
I do meditations. Well, I go to sleep to like sleep meditations because otherwise
yeah.
my brain will not stop. And so in order for me to like relax at night, I have like these sleep meditations, and I talked about it before. Sometimes it's just telling me how awesome I am, but it's also telling me to breathe and just different things, and it just takes my mind away from the hamster wheel.
Yeah, yeah. I do the deep breathing, like
It's
the
just yeah.
blowout. I call it the blowout. But that can only work for so long. I mean, it's like you think about it, why are you feeling tired of talking? Why I feel tired because you're the one who's constantly giving emotionally your brain and heart. Um, but then it starts to shut down to protect yourself, because it's
Yeah,
like I'm just tired. It's like emotional self-defense, you stop engaging because then you're just like, oh, I just don't want to care. But then you have to care because you're a mom. But then
exactly.
yeah. And sometimes there's silence, right? You just don't want to talk, but every good communication requires energy and patience, right? And vulnerability. But then sometimes it takes a toll. And then
Yeah.
you just need to just step back, I guess, and just do a reset.
But my
So
emotional frustration like comes from, and it's not my mom's fault that she's getting older and she's getting forgetful, but she's honestly like my go-to person that I talk to.
right.
And
Yeah.
when I
And what
talk to her,
happens?
I get teary-eyed talking about now because when I talk to her,
Yeah, yeah.
she forgets. And so I'm
And then it's
exhausted.
frustrating
And I'm
too.
like,
And your
why do I even
patience runs
share with you
thin.
anymore? Because you're not going to remember how
Yeah.
sad I am. And
Right.
so
Yeah,
it's
and then yeah,
exhausting.
no, it's okay. Let it out, Sean. See, this is
It's
what's yeah.
hard.
No, that's what I mean. It's like your patience runs thin, and you can't help it because I mean you're the only human, right? But then you don't have that energy to give. But it's not doesn't mean you failed. You're not a failure. I mean, just that your body and spirit just is asking for rest.
I'm going to cry. You talk and I'll just cry.
I'm sorry, but sometimes, I think that's what's great about having these podcasts. We just let it all out, and to all our viewers, the and subscribers, it's like when Sean and I have our podcast, it's really for real. It is in the moment because, it's not like we planned this stuff ahead. We just go with what's going on in our lives that moment, that week, you know.
Yeah.
So this is what we're going through this week.
Yeah. It's
It's
been a
like
tough
we're
week for both of us.
yeah, no, I mean we've been taking last week was bad for you. It's for me, it's just this week. So it's like going through different things. And sometimes it's just like, I don't want to go in front of the camera and just because I just know I feel numb because I'm drained emotionally. Because sometimes it's like on the outside, people say, oh, yeah, you're always in such a good mood. Ah.
Yeah, you're always happy. You're always smiling.
And then on the inside, I got a lot of stuff going on. But, you know, it's like yeah, I'm just don't. It's so basically maybe my nonchalant ways. It could be my communication without having to over explain myself. So how do you communicate when you're too tired to talk it out again? Like you said, how do you communicate when you're too tired to talk it out again? Especially when you're dealing with your mom that she's having memory problems,
Yeah.
right? Um, so you're just like, well, I don't have the words right now, but you're just trying to work through it, right? Or I would tell myself, I don't want to have the words right now. I'm going to be honest, but I'm without having to drain myself or drain somebody else.
And sometimes for me, it's even like the simplest thing. Like I found myself sometimes like walking out the door and she's like, "Where are you going?" And I just leave because I already told her 10 times. And I'm just like, I'm like, I can't anymore. It's
No.
fine.
Well, this is the thing, it's like, we say you need some quiet time before you talk. Maybe that's just your reset. But journaling is good. I think we talked about this. Sometimes I would just write it out and then I delete it. And
Yeah,
just
we,
like,
we didn't talk about that. Yeah, I would have to write it on paper and burn it because I would accidentally hit send.
or be silent, right? But some people take that the wrong way. If it's silent, they think that you're upset or like
Yeah, or
are
you're
they mad at me or like no.
exactly,
I don't know.
or you're
Sometimes,
just a mean person.
well, yeah, and then so I'd just be like, okay, so sometimes, connections happens with silence. Maybe just give me a hug, or it could just be a look of understanding or something.
Yeah,
But um,
and I
so
know like for me, walking helps, but sometimes I'm just like, I don't even have the energy to just do that. And then once I do it, though, I feel good. And
yeah.
so it's just like we have to push ourselves to do things.
Mhm. It's so
Like no
true.
one's pushing us to do anything because we're the moms.
No, we're the ones who's pushing everybody.
Yeah.
We're the director, the producer.
We're definitely not the script writers.
No. Um, no. I mean,
No.
well, that's the thing. It's like I like what do I really need right now? Like I have to say, my husband sucks at communication, so that's a lot of my stress too. It's like I don't read minds, so but then they all expect you to know what they're thinking and what they want and blah blah. I'm sorry, I'm like we have kids. I pretty much run their whole schedule. I don't need to write. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's kind of nice to be able to. I don't know you women out there, but if you have a great husband that could be your support, your anchor, that's great. But I have mine not great with communication. So it's like I wish I can lean, but I can't lean because he leans on me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
For all this stuff. So I guess that's part of my stress. So because you're like, um, you think about what your partner needs, you think about what your kids want, you know. So it's like, do I just like go on vacation by myself
Go with you.
and pretend like I don't have kids and I don't have a husband and just go?
Could you really do that without
No, because you're gonna
yourself?
worry.
Exactly. I'm like, exactly. Like it sounds so good in theory.
Yeah, yeah. It's like that's when you just cry, and then for no reason. It's like if it's a great song on the radio when you're driving, and you start crying, and it feels so good because you can relate, right? I'm really getting into all these like Christian. I always like listening to worship songs, but more now than ever because it
Because you
just
need it.
really
Because you
helps me
need
let
it.
out all these
Yeah.
emotions, and like the Holy Spirit's just coming out. I mean, that's definitely the Holy Spirit because I am crying endlessly and I feel so much better. You know what I
Afterwards.
mean?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. And then but anyway, and like how they always say people have different love languages, and that's another thing I guess that people have to learn. Like me, I I don't know. It's a mixture of like action and
Your love
words.
language is action.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, because it's like I am so big on like do what you say what you mean.
Oh, I'm huge on that. Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like if you're going to say it doesn't mean anything to me if you're not going to follow up with
I
actions.
agree 100%. Yeah.
Yeah,
That's one of my red flags is like if you say something and you
you
don't do
better
it,
mean it.
that tells
Follow
me
through,
everything.
right?
That tells me everything about you
Yeah,
right then and there. Yeah.
yeah. It's like it shows your character.
And
Some people are really,
I try to teach my daughter that, like just
yeah, you have
her,
to
like
follow
if you
through.
say you're gonna do something, make sure you do it. And even if it's something simple like cleaning the litter box, don't say you're gonna do
Yeah,
it and not do it. Do it.
yeah. I mean, yeah, and that's the thing. It's like, and I don't know. I know we're talking about emotions and communication, but that is part of the communication thing. That's like, you're here for everybody else. You're as being a mom, you're a wife, you're trying to take care of everybody's needs and everything. It's like, but I expect that in return. But when you don't get it, I think that's where I'm just like really kind of getting like you get drained because and then they expect you to know everything, but then where like the reciprocation.
I'm like, wait a minute, let me check my AI Google Calendar in my brain.
Yeah. So I anyway, I don't know. That's sorry guys, that's just where we're at.
And like you said, we were sharing because we're human and you're all human. And honestly,
Yeah.
this is a great time that if any of you out there have any suggestions on how you handle emotional exhaustion, please put it in our comments. Please share with us because we want to know too.
Yeah. I mean, just basically you are human, right? And you're allowed to pause, you're allowed to take care of yourself before explaining yourself. Um, yeah, no one's perfect, right? I guess it's just all about communication. Like if I'm here telling everybody um what to do or how to do or just teaching or whatever or handling everybody's needs and blah blah blah. Well, I need that reciprocated, the emotions and the communication. If you don't get it, I'm just so stressed out when I'm just like I can't try to figure or I can't help you if you don't talk right. I don't have the time to figure out what everybody else is going through if they don't say anything to me. I guess that's what it is. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
I
Sorry
mean,
guys. I guess maybe I'm talking in puzzles, but I'm just my head like going different directions right now.
honestly, like
I'm
we
just
almost
totally
didn't
stressed.
podcast. We almost didn't podcast because just we felt like we needed a break, but that's not who we're about because we have to be in the moment and share real feelings. So,
Yeah, it's just like going through different stresses. And, it's one thing when you have stresses, you can fix whatever as long as you have emotional support, right? Like you're there, but if you don't have emotional support, it's just when I'm just like, I'm drained. I can't think for everybody, it's just, no,
we're gonna, yeah.
I'm done. That's when you're like, I'm done. Then that's when my mind starts going like, I wish it was still like when I was 25.
Is 25 your age that you want to go back to?
Yeah.
You're like, yes.
Or my problem is what's my outfit for that next event that I need to go to, or what shoes am I going to wear? You know what I mean?
What shoes am I gonna wear? 25 is your happy place.
That was my happy, happy, happy time. Yep.
I think
Yeah.
mine was more like 22.
Mm.
Yeah.
I think it's because 25 is just when I was truly, truly independent. Had a great job, had my
Yeah.
own place, bills are
Yeah.
paid. Like, it was just more like like worrying about where are we going for dinner? Where
Who are we going to go with?
who are we gonna go with? Where are we going on vacation?
Yeah. And go through the stresses.
So sorry guys, we didn't mean to bore you with this stuff, but hopefully you can all relate, right?
I
So
hope so. And if you can't relate, tell us your secret.
yeah. So basically have time for yourself. Yeah. Just to reset, right? And
Definitely.
um because like you could easily go into depression if you're just like, you don't have time, you don't have somebody to share your thoughts with. And like it's just hope that's when it's great to have friends that totally understand you, that you can sit there without even really have to explain because they just know what you're going through,
Yeah.
right?
Thanks, Maria.
Sure. Thanks, Sean. Uh, anyway, so thanks for listening to us. So and then
Please continue to like, subscribe, and share.
yes. Just remember Sean and Maria and Sean and Maria are always going to be here if you need to share. Our tears are real.
They're real.
Okay.
Thanks for liking us, you guys.
Yeah, we'll see you and like and subscribe us. And then now that
Give
we
us
are
comments.
nearing the holidays, so we're gonna be, we're gonna be talking about stuff that's probably related to holidays and more stress. Because I can't believe it's practically almost November,
I
right?
know. Well, and our anniversary is coming up. So our first
Is it coming up
episode
or we
aired,
already had one?
I just noticed our first episode aired October 30th.
Our first episode? Oh, it
Aired
did?
October 30th,
See, I
2024.
wouldn't even remember. I did not even remember it was October 30th.
Yeah.
Was it right before Halloween, right? We were talking
Yeah.
about our
Yeah. We
first
were talking, our first episode was called, what was it called? Halloween tips or Halloween and parenting tips.
yeah. Okay. That was a year ago. And we
Yeah.
still don't have that many subscribers.
I know.
It's okay. It's okay. Eventually.
We're not giving up.
Okay. All right. So we're going to talk to you guys soon and hope you enjoyed today's segment. We were just basically just sharing what we're feeling right now. Sorry. It just wanted to, that's like usually a time of the year and we get really kind of stressed out with everything. And then the holidays are coming up. So
This is our pre-stress before the stress.
yeah. Yeah. Pretty much. Well, it's nice seeing you guys, and then we'll see you again. And hopefully, I don't know, hopefully the Zoom thing is not bad. Hopefully the quality is not bad when we're talking.
We'll find out.
We'll find out. Okay. All right. Bye, everyone.
Take care. Bye.
Bye. Bye, Sean.
Bye, Maria.